I think at this point, I'm just losing brain cells watching what Motoyasu does every single week. His entire character, I know deep down, like deep down, he truly believes he's doing the right thing, and he truly believes he's on the side of justice. He truly believes that he has the moral high ground. But just seeing his sheer level of incompetence, just believing Myne like he did, but to also just go along with what Myne was doing, to also even grabbing Philo like he did, it's just like, I know deep down he believes he's on the side of good, but the man is just, oh my god, like, honestly, he really just shows what's wrong with certain isekai characters. Like, he's just a perfect representation of some characters that think they have the moral high ground, always following justice, but they're really bad. Like, they do things that really just cause problems for everyone, which is what, happened in this episode. But okay, before I go any further, I just quickly want to say, I apologize. It's been 4, maybe 5 days since Shield Hero came out. I know it's been a bit, and I know that you guys have probably been wondering where this review is at and some other reviews. Well, the reason why, last week, it was my birthday. I mean, Wednesday, my birthday came around, I was celebrating it with Sam. Sam came down, for my birthday on Monday last week and was here basically till Friday. And then, because of how late it was when I finally got back, I decided to rest. Saturday came around, watched some shows, watched Kimetsu, got that up, yesterday on Sunday, with all the other stuff I had to catch up I missed, and then here I am now. So, I just, want to say, I apologize. I know you guys have been waiting for this episode review of Shield Hero. I am very sorry, just very busy. I guess you can kind of say I took a break. Thankfully, it was the week between spring of anime and winter of anime, so there wasn't, so much that it was just bad, 20 plus shows, but I do feel bad, and I am sorry about that, so here I am, and don't worry, I will be getting out the Shield Hero review early this upcoming week, for instance, when it comes out on Wednesday. But okay, let's get into this episode. Myne, she needs to die. She needs to die. I am so livid. I just sat down and rewatched the episode just to kind of have everything fresh in my head. And my god, I do not like that one. I do not like her at all. She is an individual that really irks me. Because what she did to Naofumi in this episode is just rage-inducing. Rage shield completely on. Because what she said, honestly, it's just so... Honestly, there's no flaws to it in a way. There is some flaws, but saying that Naofumi has a brainwashing shield really just silences him. It completely shuts him up to where he really can't do anything about it. And to kind of explain, basically, because of the brainwashing shield being applied to Naofumi, he cannot prove that he does or doesn't have a brainwashing shield. There's just no way to really prove that. And if someone starts to agree with him, hey, Raftalia, hey, guess what? What she did in this episode, he doesn't have anything like that. Or Philo says that, or, even Melty, they're instantly going to believe that they're under the effects of brainwashing. That's what Myne herself basically said. They're under the effects of brainwashing, don't listen to them. And so because of that, anyone that was to, let's say, rise up against what Myne is saying, for instance, Rin kind of in this episode, they would automatically assume that he's under, or anyone is under the effects of brainwashing. It's honestly scary. It's a very scary declaration against Naofumi, because he cannot prove it. He cannot prove it, and it's overall a bad situation for him, because, even if, let's say, Rin wanted to say something, he really can't, because then he would automatically be branded as a traitor that Naofumi is now in control of. Now, obviously, Myne, she knows that there is no brainwashing shield. She knows that there is nothing going on there. We know what she wants. We know what she's trying to do. But we know for a fact that she can keep playing that lie because she has, obviously, the political backing to be able to do this. And it doesn't just stop there. It's also the fact that because of just the situation, you can see Naofumi, he gave up. He gave up trying to justify. He gave up trying to say they're wrong, or, there's no proof. He didn't really talk back at all. He basically just let it happen. He kept to himself, and he's like, I just give up. That's pretty much what he said. He's like, I give up trying to explain to myself, because he knows the truth, Raphtalia knows the truth, Philo knows the truth, Melty knows the truth, they know the truth. They know what's going on. And so, he's like, you know what, I have no reason to really even just say they're in the wrong, because you want to know why? Because no matter what I do, it's not going to turn out in my favor, but on top of that as well, it's because I've already been here, done that, it's already happened to me, nobody likes me to begin with, so why should I try to justify myself, make myself look good, when nobody basically likes me to begin with? So, that's the point here. Just Naofumi, he was in a position that sucked. He couldn't say anything. That's why he seemed so just calm in this episode and just not full-on rage, was because it was already done. There was just no way he could actually prove himself to say that he was innocent, so that is why he was just like, you know what, I gotta leave the country. I just gotta get up, I gotta leave, because there's just nothing else here for me, nothing here left for me in this country, because they just want to see me crash and burn. Now, speaking of which, I do want to mention that what Myne is doing to Melty is just so crusty. It's so crusty. It's unbelievably crusty to do something like that, because when it comes to nobles or higher, tier royalty, they fight over the throne. That's a common thing. I've said this in my last episode review. But just seeing how she would go this far to just ruin the shield hero's life, to ruin Raphtalia's life, to ruin Philo's life, just to bring down her sister to gain ultimate power, basically. It's so... Oh my god. Like, I really hope karma comes back to bite her. Like, she really deserves it. I mean, I don't know if I can be satisfied with anything else but her potentially just dying. I just don't know, because, I mean, like, what she has done or what she is doing is so despicable. It's just disgusting. It's super, super disgusting. So, let's talk about the heroes. So, as I've already stated at the beginning of this episode review, Motoyasu, he's making me angry. Like, he legit making me angry because of his sheer incompetence. But Rin is someone that was showcasing change. He was someone that obviously wasn't blind to just how poor the situation is being handled, but also how the accusation against Naofumi is being handled. You could see with how Myne attacked Melty, instantly in that moment he realized something was off, like, what's going on here? And he just didn't know really how to react, but he kept his mouth shut because he just didn't really know what to think. And we've already seen signs that Rin is changing. He has slowly been changing. He's definitely woke up and realized it's not just a game. There is more to this world than just a game, and he's factoring that in. And honestly, when we look at Rin as a character with what his character type is supposed to represent from the isekai genre, he fits perfectly with someone like Kirito. So I think him learning like he is makes sense. Fits in line with that character type. But the point, though, is that he can't really say anything, because it's like what I said at the beginning of this episode review. If he was to, rise up and speak against Myne, they would instantly assume that he's a traitor, someone that's brainwashed, so he can't say anything. And that is kind of why Naofumi threw the cross over at Rin. It's like, hey, I leave it to you. I leave you to investigate the problems that's going on here. You need to see it for yourself. I can't say anything. Investigate it. Look into it. And that's kind of what that entire viewpoint was. Like, just seeing them look at each other. Naofumi walks off. Rin looks at him. It's just showing that he's like, I give up. If if my name is going to get cleared, it's going to be through your hands to actually realize something else is going on here. And I think that's going to lead to maybe Rin possibly joining Naofumi's side. Like, I could see Rin just giving up the country and going after Naofumi and being with him, like journeying in a party with him, or at the very least being closely by, because we know they can't, like, level up together. That was stated, but I feel like he might be very close and kind of near him in terms of, like, another country, and just completely leave the bow and spear hero behind. Which, by the way, the bow hero, he obviously, like I said, has the capacity to change, to be a better person, but once again, it shows that he really isn't trying to change at this moment. Because of his anger, his stubborn nature, he's just not changing. He doesn't want to really believe. He instantly thought Naofumi was guilty, while, Rin, obviously, he thought something was going on. So, the bow hero, I feel like he can be redeemed. Out of all of them, I feel like he can be redeemed, but just for the time being, though, I feel like he's just so stubborn. He's letting anger cloud his judgment, not really get things across, and realize that, Naofumi is just being accused wrongly. But I think that's pretty much about it. It's a good episode. It does a lot to basically clarify, where the story's going to go next. For instance, we are going to be going to another country. That's just, there's nothing else that Naofumi can really do now, because with everything that's happened, he can't stay in the country. There's just no way. They think he's a murderer, he's a kidnapper, he can't stay around, so he has to get up and leave. So yeah, that's probably the next objective, just going to the next country and seeing how they are until maybe Myne and everyone else tries to ruin his reputation. Which, by the way, speaking of which, I do want to mention the opening song and ending song. Love it. Love it. Like, opening song, better than the first opening. I'm a big fan of it. I easily have to say that new opening for, Shield Hero is definitely better than the first opening. And the first opening is really good, but the new opening, it's quality. Okay, that's about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. And if you want to get notified for whenever I upload a video, please click the bell icon down below. And with that, Chibi out.